The US dollar has long been the world's reserve currency since World War II, but its dominance is now threatened. In recent years, there has been an accelerating trend towards de-dollarization as several countries and international groups seek to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. Discontent over the dollar's supremacy is more widespread, covering the BRICS bloc, ASEAN, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. Countries seek to reduce their over-reliance on the US dollar and enhance their economic sovereignty by diversifying their currency reserves and conducting transactions in alternative currencies. Also, the imposition of sanctions on Russia has triggered the fear of Washington using the dollar's global dominance as a vehicle for its foreign policy aims. Currently, the US has sanctioned approximately 40 countries. Before I proceed, I encourage you to consider liking the video to show your support for the channel, and don't forget to share your views on the topic in the comment section below. Your feedback is invaluable for us and a wider audience around the world. Due to Western sanctions, Russia is taking the lead in the BRICS bloc, with China, which is also facing the heat of the trade war with the United States, are discussing creating a new payment system that the United States does not control and is not dependent on the dollar. Recently, the governor of the Central Bank of Russia, Elvira Nabiullina, said Russia is leading discussions with other BRICS countries about developing a payment system to serve as an alternative to the current system. For sure, such a system could accelerate de-dollarization because BRICS is a powerful economic cooperation bloc originally made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. On January 1st, 2024, the BRICS bloc extended its membership to Egypt, the UAE, Iran, and Ethiopia. Also, more than 40 other countries have expressed interest in BRICS membership. The expanded BRICS has a combined population of about 3.5 billion people with a combined GDP of over 30 trillion US dollar in nominal terms. BRICS makes up roughly 30% of global economy and also accounts for about 42% of international crude oil output. In another move, Brazil and Argentina, two of the largest economies in Latin America, have proposed a shared currency called SUR, which means South in Spanish. The long-term vision for a separate currency even encompasses the potential to expand its use of other Latin American countries. A currency union that covered all of Latin America would represent about 5% of global GDP. In a significant move towards de-dollarization, ASEAN members have agreed to increase the use of local currency transactions and push for better regional payment connectivity, in a move that could be seen as a continuing shift in de-dollarization in the region. At the 42nd ASEAN Summit held in Indonesia, ASEAN members signed an agreement to push for better regional payment connectivity and the use of local currency transactions. The move is seen as the bloc's strategy to transition away from the established currency, the US dollar. Through the local currency transaction initiative, ASEAN hopes to increase trade within the bloc, deepen regional financial integration, strengthen financial resilience, and bolster regional value chains. ASEAN accounts for about 7% of global GDP. In bilateral trade, Russia's use of yuan to buy Chinese commodities has sharply increased. China's 2023 two-way trade with Russia hit a record $240 billion US dollar, Chinese customs data showed last week, up 26.3% from the year earlier. About 92% of trade settlement between Russia and China is now conducted in Russian rubles and Chinese yuan. Similarly, India in July last year signed an agreement with the United Arab Emirates, allowing it to settle trade in rupees instead of dollars, and recently they have begun rupee dirham direct trade in local currencies. India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, had allowed 18 nations such as Germany, Singapore, Sri Lanka, the UK, Kenya, and many others to conduct bilateral trade in Indian rupee. India has already begun trading in rupees with many of its neighboring countries like Nepal and Bhutan. Last year, the Bank of China announced the first direct investment in yuan in Argentina, part of China's promotion of the yuan as an alternative currency for international trade. The yuan has now been used in several countries for investment and lending purposes in place of the US dollar. Argentina is also now able to pay for imports including from China with yuan currency up to 18 billion US dollar worth for the next 3 years. Recently, the Brazilian government signed a currency swap deal with China, completely dropping the US dollar as an intermediary. And the European Union is already using the euro about 42% for international trade transactions. So what are the reasons behind the de-dollarization? The overdependence on the single currency has risks associated with fluctuations in the value of the dollar, changes in US monetary policy, potential sanctions imposed by the US, and the US government has been running large budget deficits. Another reason, the US has been involved in several geopolitical conflicts in recent years, and these conflicts have led to increased tensions between the US and the other countries, which has made some countries less willing to use the dollar. Also, China is world's second largest economy now and is becoming increasingly influential in global trade. China has been promoting the use of its currency, the yuan, as an alternative to the dollar. And then comes cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, are a new form of digital currency that is not subject to government control. This has made them attractive to people who are looking for an alternative to the dollar. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for new videos on different topics.